So yesterday when I did my questionnaire video, in the question of why are most trans women viewed as a fantasy, I gave an explanation because in the moment I couldn't really think, but for whatever reason, it literally just hit me, which is why we're here today. So the question's coming back around as to why most trans women are viewed as a fantasy. And so, like always, this is just my own personal opinion and not to insult, demean, or, you know, criticize or ridicule anyone. Because I myself am a part of this as well. Because we all have done things, we all have been in certain places, and we all have been in certain positions that we aren't proud of. So, the question as to why most trans women are viewed as a fantasy. For me personally, if I'm being completely transparent and honest, I think it has a lot to do with. Well, let me just start like this. I feel like with most men, when they are attracted to trans women, a lot of them, some of them are using trans women as just like a sexual tool. You know, someone who can fulfill their sexual fantasies, something that, you know, a normal, not normal, a born female wouldn't be able to do, or they feel might judge them for said actions. Like a lot of guys, you know, like being penetrated with dildos and things like that, and you know, or they just like their behinds being played with, and you know, they don't want their wife or their girlfriends, you know, to find out, you know, out of fear of judgment. And so trans women provide them this escape in this world where, you know, they can fulfill so many of their sexual fantasies, you know, without being judged, without being ridiculed or mocked. And so I definitely think that's where it stems from for men. Now, trans women, I'm gonna say this and be completely honest, transparent. For trans women, a lot of trans women fulfill such fantasy roles for a couple of reasons. Financial reasons, because let's be honest, these guys will pay a woman like me a lot of money to keep quiet and fulfill and do things to them that, you know, they don't want people to know about. You know, and to each his own. Do what you got to do what you want to do. Live your life, do it however you so fit, choose to. But then you have a lot of other trans women. And this is where I come into play and where I fall in the category I fell into when I was younger and coming up in the game, where a lot of trans women are literally just giving themselves away because they don't know better. They don't know any better. You know, a lot of us trans women aren't brought up with the sense of security, with the sense of comfortability, or the sense of understanding of what it means to be trans. We just, you know we feel different. We know we like, you know, what we like, and we're out in this world looking and searching for ourselves. And none of us are really taught that, you know, the first thing that you really need to do is sit down and search for yourself within yourself. A lot of us are searching for ourselves out here. And so, you know, you attract people who will. For me, I attracted people. It was easy for me to just like fall into someone's arms because they told me I was pretty or I was cute. And I think that's for a lot of trans women who, you know, aren't necessarily doing this because of financial reasons. They're just doing it to find some type of love and appreciation for themselves. So, as to answer the question, you know, I kind of hope that helps. But to take it a little bit further, I want to really just tackle both issues and say, if you are watching my video and you are a guy, right? And let's say you're a guy, you have all of these fantasies and things like that. Don't be afraid to be weird. Don't be afraid to be sexually open. Don't be afraid to be sexually out there with who you are and what it is that you like. Even if you feel like you're going to be judged, even if you feel like, you know, it's something that is looked down or frowned upon. Whatever it is that tickles your feathers, you know, that fancies your little teetywinker, whatever, you know, whatever it is that pleases you, know that it's perfectly okay to have desires in things that most people wouldn't like. Because 10 times out of 10, the people who are going to look at you funny and be like, oh, that's, this X, Y, and or Z, are the same people who are going to be like, oh, I've tried that, or let me try that, because they're curious themselves, you know? So just that way, if you are feeling like you are ashamed, or if you feeling like you just don't want to be hiding, or you don't want to do things like that, just own up to what it is that you like, someone's gonna want to do those things with you, someone's gonna want to do those things with you. And as for trans women, you know as far as you getting your paper and as far as you getting your money, hey, we all gotta do it. We all gotta make a living. We all do things however we feel fit. I do want to say, make sure that you're doing it for you and not for materialistic gain, because at the end of the day, none of those materialistic, the house, the hair, the nails, the cars, the big ass, the big titties, none of that really is gonna matter if you can't really sit in a mirror and appreciate who you are. You know what I'm saying? And really think about that. If you cannot sit in the mirror and see past all of the things that you feel make you you, the materialistic things, then you should probably reevaluate life a little bit. Just my advice. And as for those trans women who are doing this because you are lost, you don't appreciate yourself, you don't know how to appreciate yourself, and you're looking for appreciation outside of you, there is not a single person who is going to come in and tell you that you are pretty and beautiful, and within the next 5 minutes have you bent over a bed, a car, a bench, or anywhere, that actually truly cares about you or has your best interest at heart. Pay attention and notice when someone is literally just using you, when someone is literally just taking advantage of you because they see that you're vulnerable and or weak. Take notice of the fact when you yourself can't see your own worth. When you can't see your own worth, there is no way in hell you should be putting yourself out there with other people, because then you risk the chance of putting yourself in the arms of someone who could potentially do more damage than good to you and what it is that you're here to do on earth. So, with everything that I do, I hope it helps someone. I hope that you can find peace and understanding within you and the things that you like and the things that can help you be a better person and a better version of you. Who is that? I'm going to have to go and watch that. Always be choosing to be like the very best version of you. Always be choosing to, if there's something you don't know, try to gain an understanding of it. Always be choosing to just live life and be happy. Be miraculously you, vivaciously you, whatever it is. I don't know. I don't really care. It's late. I'm tired. Just be